Welcome everyone to the watch along. How are we all? Hope we're all doing really well. What's everyone up to? Say hello to me in chat. Collingwood versus Hawthorn. What should be, hopefully, a very good game. How are we all? G'day Kylie. G'day Helena. Good day, Matt. How are we all? Hope we're all doing really well. Okay, Michael, young Italian hands. 12 minutes till opening bounce. This should be a ripper, this one. Who've we got here, chat? Let me know who we're going with. Kylie, g'day. Who we going for? Hopefully we have a really entertaining fixture. Hi, Helena, how are you? You've gone Hawks. Love that. Going to be an interesting one, this one, isn't it? Hey, Michael, it's been quite nice, hasn't it? It's been quite weird, though, hasn't it? Because, like, my weekend genuinely revolves around a Carlton game. Like, the content is around there, so it's been nice doing other stuff. Hey Manny, how are you, mate? I think you win it by... I actually think this could be quite a comfortable Pies win. I don't want to say it yet, but I think Hawthorn are on fraud watch, to be honest. Hey Kylie, it's nice being on the bye though, isn't it? I think we all needed it, and I'm hoping that's what the players need as well. Do you know what I mean? Teresa! How are you? You're scared? I wouldn't be. I went Pies too. I mean, they've rested their entire list over 3 weeks. So, full strength could be too much for the Hawks. Pies come out. Look, Darcy Moore looks very confident. Yeah, so they've won 8 of the last 10, haven't they? That's crazy. 8 is 8-2 in the last 10, isn't it? Not a bad out-in ratio there, eh? Did anyone see the AFL? I think it was the AFL. It might have been Sench Footy. I don't know. I always get them two confused. But they did the top 10 Indigenous footballers. And they completely left Bobby Hill off that list. They had Keziah Pickett number 1. Wanganeen Mawera 2. Absolutely no Bobby Hill. Unbelievable. Hey Shane, how are you, mate? How good was the game last night as well? Bombers nearly got up. I think it was Sench Footy on Instagram. They did a top 10 Indigenous footballers as of today in the AFL, and Bobby Hill wasn't on there. You know what? I'll see if I can find it for you. Like, you know what? Each to your own. I'd never be one. 2-year deal for... Hey, I love that, Shane. I think it was Sench. Might have not been. I might have totally made that up. It was someone. I think he's in. Oh wait, it's Maynard. Teresa said, should be interesting, shouldn't it? Can't find. How annoying is that when you find something and then you can't find it anymore? How annoying is that? Well, it existed anyway. Let's play a game. Who's your pick for the highest goal kicker of this game? Okay. What, for Pies? For Pies? Brass negates him. I'm going to go Jamie Elliott. Jamie Elliott kicks 4. Do you play a bit of arrows? Young Italians, Hans. I love a little bit of arrows. Tough one to read last night, Michael. I just thought Essendon played very well, but Brisbane are another team that seem really in like a little bit of a helter-skelter at the minute, don't they? They seem a real tough side to really lock down. 180. You know what? I was watching a bit of the Premier League final this morning. How good is darts? Kylie's gone Bobby Hill 4. Young Italian Hands, I'll rate that. Just listening to a Pom talk about football and you play darts. Mate, honestly, you have got it made. Nathan, my boy, how are you, mate? I'm looking forward to tonight. Hopefully this is a ripper. We've got Adelaide tomorrow as well. Should be good. Anyone else think the big... You know what? Here we are. Here's a controversial Pom theory. Does anyone else think the big freeze hats at $25 a pop is absolutely insane? Wagwan, King Kruller, how are you, mate? Watson, Kai. You've got Nick Watson, the wizard. Would this be harsh? Do you think? Oh, for the cause, no. But do you think, like, in today's current financial climate, that couldn't be about $15? Because how much do you reckon they cost to make? 50 cents? I didn't, Teresa, no. Honestly, literally, this was my Instagram today. I scrolled down, someone did a top 10 Indigenous footballers. Do you know what I mean? Top 10 Indigenous footballers, and Bobby Hill wasn't on there. And I was like, okay, I'm out. I agree, Shane. It's a great cause, don't get me wrong. I just think 25 quid, dollars, sorry, for an hat is a lot of dollars, in my opinion. Because the socks are 15, man. Like, if I'm paying $15 for a pair of socks, I expect to rub down on a shiatsu. King Kruller's nervous this weekend. Hey, tell you what. What are your expectations, King Kruller? Like, from now to the rest of the season, if you win 2 games, is that a pass for you? Are you looking at more? Are you happy with 1? Yeah, Teresa, I have this rule. I have this rule, you know, when I'm on socials, that if I see a post that genuinely soul-bound pisses me off, I bounce. And honestly, when I saw that Keziah Pickett was ranked in this article as the best Indigenous footballer, I was like, nah, I'm out. That's enough for me. It's enough internet today. It was a big game from Nate Caddy last night, wasn't it? Tell you what, that overhead goal was good. I just feel, right, look, we all know that I'm a Bobby Hill fanboy, but I'm just saying, I think he is grossly underrated. Like, grossly underrated. But by AFL in general. The Ned Longbow. Not too sure who it was. It's actually annoying me now. It was a good game, Kate, wasn't it? It's actually annoying me now because I looked, right? And I can't find it anymore. That, you know, have you noticed that's a problem with Instagram? That you see a post and it disappears, right? But on Twitter, you will see some idiot comment something, and no matter what you do, all you can see is that post. Hey, Anth, how are you, mate? Should be a good game, mate. 3 minutes 29 to go. I agree. He's probably inconsistent. It's a good shout. But I think, like, them type of players, a good small forward is in and out. Like, Cyril Rioli is one of the best to ever play the game. But that guy could be absolutely bobbins in season. But if you put a final next to it, the bro just took piss, didn't he? So I'm all for it. Ah, look, Gary Lyon peddling his article here. I agree. I'm with Kylie as well. We love a bit of Bobby Hill. But Teresa, I agree. But I actually think that that's why he should be applauded more. Because he tries to bring his team in. What's going on? Anth, are you still in here, mate? What's going on with Old Sicily? Hey, King Cruller, I'm with you. I understand Rasso not going. Genuinely do, because I think, you know, he's so inconsistent. He probably needs another. Sam Turner, I was surprised. Crossley, I'm guessing it's just because he's slow, innit? Cheers, Ryan. Are you an off on, mate? Yo, JC, how are you, buddy? Teresa, can I just say, in the short time I've known you, you in game is my favourite. Right? It's nice to know someone gets irrationally angry like I do. What was the article, Kai? That was it. Kai, where did we see it? Where did I witness it? How is Bobby Hill not in that? Like genuinely, right? No word of a lie. If a list has got Ben Long in it, and I appreciate he's had a great year, don't get me wrong, right? But how the fuck is he in it? Hey, Wolfie, my brother. Flying Ryan, spot on. Oh, I love that, Ryan. Hey, mate, I hope he goes well. Honestly, look, it's hard because rankings are subjective to you, right? So I'll never pick on anyone's rankings because it's your opinion. But genuinely, I'm good, Wolfie. How are you, my bruv? Genuinely, if you've got Stephen May, Callum Archie, and fucking Ben Long in your top 10, and you haven't got a bloke that's won best on ground in a granny, your list is wrong at that stage. Do you know what I mean? I reckon that might be it. Well, we are about to commence. I really like these games because I've got a big TV now. I feel like I'm a big boy. All right, Kylie, thank you for popping in. How good is the MCG on a night time, just quietly? Do you know how long it took me to do that Hawthorn logo as well and get rid of the fucking hawks out the top of it so it looks nice? It took me way too long this afternoon. Here we are off. Isaiah, I think you've got a point. I wonder if that's like a little bit of a backup for the Blues. Great interception there by Nicholas Dacos. Oh, Josh Dacos on the bounce there. That's quality. Lipinski handballs it to Bobby Hill. Cheeky chip. And Jamie Elliott has his first. Look at that. Bobby Hill. There you are, Luggy. Hey, I love that, Wolfie. Ah, Bobby Hill, 30 seconds in, saying, where's my top 10? Where's my top 10, kids? Here we are, Jamie Elliott. Pom called him for 4 tonight. Here he is. Great tattoos as well. That is how you do a sleeve. But Jamie Elliott off a step. Thank you very much. The pies hit the front. Oh, I couldn't agree more. Jamie Elliott would be in that convo, innit? 100% is in that convo. You know what? We might actually see this year small forwards who are actually small forwards played in the small forward position of AFL. Mightn't we? Because Higgins and Jamie Elliott, it might be the first time we see two players actually play in their actual positions. You know what's amazing as a Carlton fan, right? Look at this here, right? It's because I know you're a Carlton fan. Look at that. Small forwards leading into space. What's going on? Oh, Long would be as well, yeah. Shout, King Kriller. Ned Long here. Oh, Ned Long. Takes about an hour. Doesn't matter, though. Who cares? Lloyd Meek. Oh, Ginny. Bells it in. Frampton does ever so well. And here is Sidebottom, who wraps it up. Look, Langy, does anyone else get annoyed with the All-Australian? The fact that they just put anyone in there? You know what I mean? It should be a rule that you have to play the position. Has Newcombe got him holding the ball? He has. Honestly, it winds me up when you've got like 4 keys there. Like, it should be a rule that we pick 2 keys on field, 2 keys defender. Oh, Shane, I'm with you. Like, shouldn't it be a rule? Like, it should be a rule that we just pick by the classification. Jai Newcombe here. Outside 50 has improved his set shot kicking this year. And Darcy Moore does well to spoil that further behind. Yeah, I agree, King Krella. It really winds me up. What is going on with the camera at the minute? Or is that my TV? Oh, thank God for that. G'day, B-Man, how are you? Teresa, thank God for that. I was panicking then that something happened to my TV. I am so glad you're in chat, guys. I was like, oh, great. Yeah, I knocked my camera. Is just in front of the TV and it went into the TV. It happened at the same time and I was like, oh, no. Ah, dear. Started to pant. Had a little bit of poo coming out there. Collingwood fans, what are your thoughts on Dan Houston? That should be surely kicking with nut. Thank God for that. Attendance guess. Friday night at the G, 72,750. I have got it on KO, Langy. Yeah, Shane, honestly, because it's one of the things that does my nut in, bro. Like, just a stickler for it. We are free kick Collingwood on the halfway line. It's been a pretty open plan game thus far. Look at that. Who wants a Toyota Tundra? Nice little short kick here to a man that doesn't need game time. Perryman. He is slot in like a duck in water. Barras takes a big mark. Goes bold kick. And he nails it to Warple. Warple's been really good. I love you, Langy. Nice little chip kick down the wing here. Watching sides go sideways, coming back into the corridor. It's so good to watch. Connor Nash here. Just a little chip kick here. Centralises it. They've really spread it, haven't they, Shane? Have you noticed, like, if you look at them, they've both, like, just spread what they usually do. Here's Membry up the ground. Warple would be a great get by any team, I think. I really do like James Warple. Incredibly underrated player. There we are. Nick Dacos, as usual, dancing in traffic. Oh, tell you what. Ned Long's attack on the ball is absolutely delightful. I'm glad the way that you think the same as Carlton fans, Shane, when McClure says something. Gunston in acres of traffic. puts up a difficult one. Ginny's got work to do. And he's descended upon Connor Nash. Warpedo! Bangs the goal just after a pep talk. Be interesting. What's everyone's thoughts on Geelong getting the fine? Jesus, look at the size of that hot dog that chick's having. That looked a hefty hot dog, didn't it? That was the Mandingo of hot dogs. You know one thing, Langy, you're in chat, aren't you? Probably not. I don't think he's quick enough. I don't know. I haven't actually seen the fine, but to be fair, though, I genuinely think that more clubs are doing it. Like 2,000%. 2,000% other clubs are doing it. Because now, you know, they've done that whole thing where certain players can earn X amount of money outside of the cap. That just opens it up to say that everyone's doing it, so we're just trying to legalise the loophole. That's my take of it. But like Essendon cop fines, Carlton that was a contested mark. Here we are, Jarman Impey. But he just screamed that the AFL are just closing the loophole to make it easy, to make it legal. What a kick. Genuinely, when I heard, like, literally two days after the AFL had agreed a deal with the AFLPA for sponsorship outside of the cap, I was like, fuck off. Ginny with the set shot. Bang on 50. Looks good in the air. Tell you what, Ginny's goal kicking is pretty good. That was a contested mark. By the eye it was. Did it count? Let's have a look. If it doesn't count, that's stiff. I mean, I'd count it. CMs. I'm good, Josh. How are you? Yeah, spot on, Smokey. But have you seen that they've increased per year the amount of players that can earn excessive sponsorships? So it screams the AFL have just like legalised the loophole. But 100% other teams are doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'd be mental to think they don't. Like, genuinely. It was like, when Carlton got done for the salary cap, 100% other clubs were doing it. Carlton were just stupid. With KO, there always is, Henry V. Good little handball. Dylan Moore! Tell you what, this game's going to be good. Yeah, he keeps chopping and changing, Teresa. Good job that I'm short-sighted, so it genuinely is working out pretty well. Because when it goes blurry, it actually goes into focus for me. Quality. Maribor Cho chips it inside. Bit of work to do. And Howe is up for the task. Booms it back down the wing. Lloyd Meek takes it. Hey, what's better than one? What's better than one Howe? Having two. Big boom inside. Very good by Jeremy Howe. Connor Nash trying to encroach. Dan Houston goes straight through the corridor. Tries to mix it up. Only goes as far as CJ, who's killed by Mr. Crisp. Crisp goes again. Oh, memory falls over. Oh, tell you what, this handball game is so sensual. Oh, that could be holding the ball. Surely he's about 8 movements. It is. Hey, Helena. Earning the big dollars. Flips it across. Good spoil by Josh. I love that, Teresa. Tell you what, been a pretty good game. Has anyone noticed the weird thing about KO, though, is no matter whatever happens to the picture, the scoreboard quality remains in 4K? Conor Nash gets the free. Anyone else think Conor Nash should be Irish? Doesn't he look like proper Irish? Like, I know he's part Irish, but doesn't he look like full-blood Irish? Oh, Quaino, has that gone round his neck, though? Ooh. There we go. 11 minutes to go. Collingwood, bit of defending to do. No, but he's part Irish, isn't he, King Cruller? He's not, like, full-blood. Make him sound like he's a wizard. That's Michael, spot on. When they put who the commentators on, it's always in 4K, bro. Warple rushed out of it. Chris does well, etches it forward. Membry got a lot of work to do and does it pretty well. And Will Hoskin-Elliott sees it out. Good chills. How are you, bud? Good to see you, mate. Commentator tier list. I don't, you know what? I don't listen to much commentary. I don't know what it is. I just can't get into AFL commentary. I find it really horrible. Don't mind Matt Hill. But that might just be the xenophobic Pom in me. Hey, chill. Send him my love, mate. I hope you're doing well, man. Always available for a man of your calibre, mate. Good mark there by Ed Allen. Flips it out to Quaynor, who puts in a tasty-looking ball, but it's cut off by the ready-made hands of Josh Battle. Kelly Underwood, the GOAT. Josh Weddle. I would love a little bit of Weddle. Tell you what, chat. What's he doing back in the UK? Has he got like a big gig with the big time? Ed Allen intercepts. Lipinski back to Ed Allen. Flips it out. Will Hoskin-Elliott. And he's her behind. Greedy. You know what? Do you ever say that in the UK? I mean, in Australia, you know, when you're playing football in like the lower leagues, we used to say hungry. So, you know, if your mate doesn't pass to you and he like blazes it over the bar, you get a cry of hungry. So, chat, one player from each team. One player from each. Oh, interception! Ned Long flips it off. Nick Dacos to go with a contested mark. Bangs it through. 13-14. If you could steal a player for your team who plays for, so Collingwood fans, the opposition Hawthorn, in your team, if you're not one of the two, who would you steal? So for me, I'd like Josh Weddle at Carlton. And for Collingwood, I'd like Bobby Hill. I'd even take Bobby Hill over Nick Dacos. Hey, how good's a shout of hungry? Good mate of mine, actually, in the UK. Any player position. When my best mate, right, Nathan, he was called Nathan, he used to play striker with me, and he'd play left wing. He was a little bit quicker than me. But I'd give him the hungry a lot. Hungry a lot. because honestly, he'd love cutting back on his left and having a pop from ridiculous places. Well, just look. If Nick Dacos said, "Pom, can I come and play for Carlton?" I'm not going to fucking say no. But I just feel like he's one of them players that the football fan in me doesn't want to see him play for anyone else. Does that sound weird? Oh, Will Day, Matt. Oh, God, imagine a bit of Will Day. Darcy Cameron, good shout. Shane, to be fair, though, you've needed a ruck for what feels like fucking forever. I don't know how you get away with it. Oh, great handball chain. Look at this. Bobby Dazzler. Oh, look at that. How can you not have that man in your top 10 Indigenous players? Whoever wrote that list, have a serious word with yourself. Or Tom Barras. Hey, I'm bet. Were you gutted, King Cruller? You'll get Darcy Cameron this year, though. Brett, tell you what, man. And Brody Myercheck gets it off. Dayan Hill. Oh, man, imagine having Bobby Hill. Imagine him. That was it. Footy with Alex. Kai. Spawn. Look, 2 goal assists from the boy. Look at that handball chain, though, just quiet. Look at Bobby Hill. Look at him. Just gives it off, man. Tell you what, I'm gonna do a top 10 Indigenous list, and I'm putting Bobby Hill number 1. Putting him number 1, just out of pure spite. Like that. Albanian baseball. Oh, imagine Riley Thilthorpe. I'll just put him top 3. Bobby, Ian, Hill. Collingwood fans, right? And Sydney fans, non-Carlton fans, if you had to buy Harry Mackay or Charlie Curnow, which one would you prefer and why? Tackle pressure. And here we are, side bottom. We just talked about bold footballers. He's got a shot goal. Charlie, more dynamic. If you had to choose between Harry Mackay and Charlie Curnow, who would you buy? Side bottom. Oh, it sneaks through. What a goal. Curnow, Harry. Curnow. Curnow, Charlie. Jesus, that guy's getting into it with that flag, is he not? Charlie getting a lot of love. Sylvan Wiltord, perfect. He'd be perfect at half forward for the Blues, mate. I'd take him. What's he doing now? He can't be doing much, can he? Tell you what, look at this. Look at that. How did that move back? Yeah, me and my mate were debating it the other day of who you'd buy. And he was trying to tell me that Harry Mackay had more value because of his height. And I told him that bro needs to stop drinking that real strong coffee. I was nice about it. You know what? I've got a video coming up actually on Collingwood's next lot of NGA and father sons and just actually giving them credit as Ginny out of nothing. Left boot, big time goal, great handball chain from the Hawks. They're back in it. Mackay and McDonald would be one hell of a partnership. But yeah, I'm doing a video on Collingwood's NGAs that they've got coming up, like Jay Saxena and stuff. And just saying how you can tell that they've carefully planned for the NGAs in a couple of years with their draft strategies. It's been very clever. And because Carlton have got a few, no one talks about it, but Carlton have got quite a few young talents coming up. Should be soon. Like I said, last week was a total write-off. We had a death in the family. So it's been a bit hectic, but I'll try and get a stream going this weekend if I can. Tom McGuan, this year. This year, Shane. Most overrated player in the AFL. Pendlebury drives it in. Okay, I'm going to be really controversial. Really controversial with... I think he'll go 15 to 20, Teresa. Really controversial, but I think Keziah Pickett is incredibly overrated. Incredibly overrated. Incredibly overrated. Genuinely think he gets way too much hype for a decent, for just a decent player. I'd say Shai Bolton is twice the player of Pickett. Walker, yeah, he's coming, but I was talking more about like your Deans and players like that. Underrated, Sandy Brogg's a good call because hasn't he only lost 2 one-on-ones all year? Now, Joe Lamarty definitely up there. But, Kai, my problem with Pickett is if you look at his great games, but then his games he goes to sleep, could be a different fucking player, mate. Oh, Quaynor does well there. You know who else who I think is incredibly overrated? Nick Larkey. Because I don't think anyone... I don't think I've ever seen Nick Larkey kick a goal that's not with 2 minutes to go of a quarter. Like, never going to kick one at the start of the game, Nick Larkey. I'm with you, Matt. I just don't think... Harley Reid. 2 firsts for Harley Reid. If I was Richmond, 100%. Because I think you've got 2 top 5s. I think if you gave away 1... and then, like, a later second, you'd want something coming back. If it's I think if you gave a top 5 pick and maybe a late first, and it's just that, or you'd have to give 2 of your early firsts, and you'd have to get, like, a future first back, or even a future second, which would be, like, a late first. I'd do it, because I think Harley Reid is better than anyone in the draft this year. I think Harley Reid gets a lot of hype, Shane. I think you're spot on. He gets a lot of hype, but I think he's a very good footballer. I think he's just under. What about Hipwood? If Lions get Allen and play Morris second time? Be interesting what they do with Hipwood. You know who should go after Hipwood? Melbourne. He'd be the perfect foil for Van Ruin. Who you picking, Jesse Motlop or Pickett? Oh, Pickett all day long. But no one's billing Motlop. No one's got Motlop on their top of their fucking Indigenous list. Yeah, but that's what, Teresa, that's what they do. But they have managed to open the ground up here. Flying inside 50, Blake Hardwick receives that from the Wizard. 2 minutes 50 to go. Who are you picking, PommyInOz? At this stage, he needs some VFL time, man. Like, Motlop needs it. Oh, spot on, Kai, man. Genuinely, though, does anyone else think that Jesse Motlop somehow has a lot more hype? Like, am I wrong in thinking that? Because, Shane, you're here, Nathan's here, Teresa here, Helena's here. Do you not feel if he played for anyone else, no one else would expect him to be good as a mid-forward? Like, am I imagining that? But, like, I don't think Chris Scott would play Jesse Motlop on the fucking ball. What a mark by Jai Newcomb. Oh, big kick. Good mark, Hardwick. I think, Shane, I think that comes into it. But, like, genuinely, when I see comments about Jesse Motlop, I think we're talking about a top fucking 5 pick who's meant to be good. 1 minute to go. Hardwick has another opportunity from pretty much the same spot he missed. And he's done exactly the same as he did last time. Misses everyone. Ed Allen, great hands. Gets it up to half back. CJ, all the time in the world. Big mark by Dan Houston. I can as well, Kylie. I'm with you, Shiny Blue. You know what? I think Jai Newcomb just quietly is one of the most improved players just from like the bits he's added to his game in the last 12 months. Bo Allen. Hey, Luke, how are you? Oh, Helena, he's definitely struggling. Definitely struggling. I just honestly. That is a great kick. Bobby! On! Couldn't grab it down. Gifts it off. Josh Dacos. Ed Allen outside of the old peg. And a big mark by Brody Myercheck. And we have time. Quarter time. 21-25. Scapegoat. King Kriller. Motlop cops it. Young. Lewis Young probably gets the most abuse for a player of what he cost, I'd say. He definitely cops it. Eagles, Tim Kelly. Tim Kelly does. Would you say with Tim Kelly, though, some of the abuse he gets is because of how much you paid for him? Would you say that that's part of it, would you think, King Kriller? Do I think Jagger was overrated? Nah, because I think he was the clear best save talent, which I always think in the draft you've got to look at. I always think that's a risk, though, don't you, King Kriller, when teams try and keep the window open? Tom Papley overrated. It's interesting you say that because Do you feel Tom Papley, though, is a victim of the position, of how that's kind of evolved now? Kai, I'd love your opinion on this, because I feel like Tom Papley was the first small that would play up to half forward and get high up the ground, and now they all do it. So when you look at like Pickett, when you look at like Bo McQuarrie, players like that, they act so differently to Tom Papley. Yeah, I mean, I always feel sorry for Tim Kelly in a way as well, because from memory, he has, it's either one or two disabled children, and Perth Hospital is the only place in Australia that does that. Aaron Norton's a good call, and I would say Darcy's gone way past him fitness when he's fit. I agree with you, Matt. I think Young, like for me, you know, like Plowman got abuse. I think you look in every team and they have a guy that can play 3 or 4 roles. So like Collingwood, it would be Will Hoskin-Elliott. And Will Hoskin-Elliott ain't going to be the reason you win a flag, right? But he does his job to a 6 out of 10. And I feel like at Carlton, some people genuinely try and expect him to be a Jacob Weering type player. I agree with you. My impression from watching it, from doing general AFL content, right? From genuine AFL content, I think Carlton treat their better players way too good compared to other teams. So I think when I watch Collingwood and you hear what they complain about, they complain more about their top 6 players who haven't had a good game versus the middle 6, where I feel like Carlton will ignore the top 6 and they'll just bang on about the bottom 6. Sid, I don't think Sid was underhyped. I think he just suffered like all South Australians doing the draft. So it happens like this year with Sharp. He doesn't get the love as a Victorian mid does. Yeah, but Paul, I like my interstate players. I tend to ignore Victoria a bit because I think they get too much draft love anyway. Yeah, that's one of my observations doing general content. Like Nathan, Helena, Teresa, you guys are in here. Would you say that's fair that when there's a bad result, you guys put the spotlight on your leadership and your stars? Versus, like, you watch Carlton, we lose a game, right? They'll bully Lewis Young. Where, like, Collingwood will look at Nick Dacos' performance, look at Darcy Moore's performance. Like, Darcy Moore copped loads of heat last year. I just don't see that. I feel like we kind of worship stars. Yeah, Shane, I think rightly so. I agree, young Italian hands, you are speaking my language. Speaking my language, like, honestly, like, I know people always say that myth, bottom 6 wins your flags. They help the top 6 fucking win the flag. Like, in my opinion, your top 6 need to be your top 6 week on, week out. Yeah, Luke, that's the other one as well. Overpaid players cop it. Papley, I think Papley would be the wrong way to go for Carlton. I think Carlton would need to go after, in my opinion, I think Carlton need, like, to go early 20s small forward, and try and bring in like a Luke Bruce type, an older one cheap. If that's Liam Ryan, so be it. Try and develop them. Yeah, Luke, like I agree. Like I think Zach Williams cops no abuse at Carlton. And bro is on 800k, not even to be a fucking halfback. Here's Nick Dacos. No look handball. It was a free kick straight to D'Ambrosio, who flips one forward. Ginny, wrapped up by Josh Dacos, gets the handball out. Here we are. Josh. Side bottom. Quaynor, good handball. Great run on by Quaynor, and the Pies are out. What's wrong with Liam Ryan, or do you just want to keep him? That's stiff. Look at this guy here. Can you trust an umpire with a man bun? Not 100% sure. It's not really the look of her. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Finn O'Sullivan. I feel like he's a high-risk pick. And I'm never one in the top 5 for high risk unless it's a massive point of difference. Nick Dacos dances through traffic. Good handball. Quaynor. Dangerous handball back to Nick. Nick had not much to do. Weddle handballs it out. Pies trying to lock them in, and the Hawks do ever so well to get up. Kicked out of bounds on the full. I've heard Tom de Koning's out next week. No, that was Whitlock, Shane, the defender. Oh, that's a push-ups! Oh, there we are. Jamie Elliott's going to take the lead. Spurs did well. Here we are, 2 of 4. Can we throw Nick Dacos contested Magpie? Well, I've got something else to complain about now. I'm just riding Jamie Elliott 4 goals. Just riding it home. Oh, I thought he'd missed that. Fucking hell. I have not heard. I mean, for that much money. For that much money, do you blame him? I thought maybe you heard I had him for 4. You know what? It's genuinely weird, I find. You know, I genuinely weird the abuse Nick Dacos gets. Like, coming from the round ball. I never heard Liverpool fans poo-poo Cristiano Ronaldo. And United fans have never poo-pooed someone of the ilk of Steven Gerrard. You just appreciate the good. Well done by Newcombe. Ginny from outside 50. What a goal. We have got a ball game here at the G. I'm looking forward to seeing Flynn play, mate. How are you, Joe? I'll get some confirmation. Look, Nick Dacos has officially a contested mark, chat. Officially a contested mark. I don't get the hate that Nick Dacos gets, man. I genuinely don't, because, like, the guy is good. That was a good goal, though, by the way. Yeah, Teresa, I just don't get it, though. Like, you know, when people, like, say it, like, I saw a post the other day where someone was saying, oh, but he doesn't get contested possessions. Hey, I'm enjoying it too. And I'm like, why the fuck would you want him getting contested possessions? Dan Houston drives it up to 50. Big Mark. Tell you what, Josh Battle and Tom Barras, such good acquisitions. I still get it. Like, I genuinely enjoy Nick Dacos playing. It probably is, Shane. It probably is. You probably got something that I just don't get it. Like, I just genuinely like Patrick Dangerfield. I'm not a big fan of Patrick Dangerfield, but fuck, I love watching him play. Like, great player. Lloyd Meek. Did he actually handball that? Peter Dacos. You know what, though? I genuinely enjoy watching Peter Dacos' reactions to his kids. But I wasn't around when he was a player, so I can't comment. Here we are. Ball comes in. It's a funny-looking kick. Frampton makes a mistake. Gunston. Big tackle from Pendlebury. What a game this is. I'm with you, Teresa. Oh, how good was that Nick Martin throw yesterday? That was quality. Shane, I'm not 100% sure. I get the impression, though. I'm getting the impression that is why Jack is the way he is. Because I get the impression that to get Stephen's approval, you've got to try really hard. There we are. Side bottom clears his lines. You know what? Jarman Impey, was he in that top 10 list? Luke. Kai. Kai, was he in that top 10 list, bro? I'm with you, Luke. Do you know what I mean? I might pop a pat on the back. But going well, Bomber Banner. Going well. How are you, my love? How is Jarman Impey not in that top 10? Nah, Luke, I'm with you. My pop was like a pat on the back, and that meant like you'd fucking killed it. Lipinski inside to Josh. Josh flips it out to steal side bottom. If we had to do a bold head, top 10, you're enjoying the bye, Joel? Mate, how good is the bye? Great handball inside. Ah, Jamie Elliott. Tell you what, he's going to make 4 look easy. I can't believe Jamie Elliott gave that up. Disgrace. After that post, I can't see another post by you. Big goal there by Steele, side bottom. What an effort. It hasn't come through, Joe. To be fair, though, they don't call throws anymore, Chews. Genuinely, like, I reckon... When was... how many throws do you see a game? I'd say conservative 15 throws a game. I think you're lucky to see 1 called a game. I'm good, Angela. Did you watch us in Asia the other night? All right, we are. Nick Dacos sharks the ball, flips it out to Tim Membry. Go on, Jamie. Have a dig. Boo. You know, now Delap has signed for Chelsea. Do you reckon we go back in for Big Victor G? Bomber banter, you can't beat it though, can you, Fiona? To be honest, look, I don't mind a throw when it's my own team either. But genuinely, I don't understand how so many get paid. It is the most You know what? You know when people cry about late 3s and 50s? They don't affect the game. It's literally the throws that affect the game. And not one coach complains about it because they know that they're all corrupt. Langy, I haven't actually spoke to him. I will speak to him and get back to you. Yeah, Cripps loves a throw. I'm with you. You know who else loves a throw as well? Lockie Neal. Watch when Lockie Neal gets tackled. Right? Yeah, but Shane, I agree. But you know what? Like, some of them happen when the hand is held. And it's like, how the fuck is he handballing it with one hand? Libba loves a throw. Like, honestly, there is... You know who else loves a throw? Kai, back me up on this. Chad Warner, when he's tackled, I don't think I've seen someone chuck the ball more than him. Zach Merritt loves a throw. Fiona Spawn. Trelaw does love a chuck. People love a chuck, man. I'm telling you, like, I reckon if you went through how many goals actually are occurring from a tackle that involves a throw, be fucking insane. Loves to throw himself on his mates' missuses. Great kick inside to Jamie Elliott. Sam Mitchell looks disheartened. It's like someone's told him there's no fucking pineapple left at the pizzeria. Sarong loves a throw. Matt Crouch, great shout, loves a throw. I'm telling you, look, kick the throw out of footy. Kick the throw out of football. Oh, Jamie Elliott from absolutely miles away. That's a goal. There we are. Thanks very much. Pom score review. Jesus. Fucking hell. Tell you... You probably don't want to make that bet, Joe, because you look at Carlton's fixture on the back nine, as we call it in golf, mate. If they don't win 8 out of 9 of them games, Jesus. Tell you what, Jamie Elliott. Why isn't Jamie Elliott getting enough press? I'm good, Daz. How are you, mate? Good to see you, my friend. How come Jamie Elliott doesn't get as much press as well? Lemonade, mate, they do play 6 cents footy. I just have high standards, Joe, like you do, mate. I genuinely just think they should be a lot better than they are. So I judge them that way. Nick Dacos got time and space. Lockie Schultz, Bo McQuarrie. That was a throw there from Bo McQuarrie. He just did the George Gregan. Tell you what, that's slingshot. See what I mean as well about not flooding players back? How you're always in position to counter-attack. Because now look at Collingwood. They've still got half a team up forward. Oh, Schultz, that was professional. Who's that, Shane? Who are you talking about? Oh, Jamie Elliott. Yeah, man, he doesn't get enough love, bro. Like, genuinely, don't you think that is a dinky kick? Not 15. How is Weddle managed to get out there on his own? No, I agree with you, Shane. Like, genuinely, some small forwards, though, like, the media proper fillet them, and Jamie Elliott isn't getting it. And he's like, what, top 3 Coleman at the minute? Josh Weddle bangs it through. No, but I mean this year, Teresa, like, you look at him, he's been absolutely phenomenal. Everyone like my Hufflepuff drink ball. Viva la Hufflepuff. Viva la Hufflepuff. You know what? Josh Weddle is genuinely underrated as well. Like, genuinely underrated for how hard he works. Yeah, Shane, yeah, they'll probably put someone who goes forward. Genuinely, they'll put someone like Isaac Rankine, even though he plays predominantly midfield now at small forward. And they'll be like, oh, well, he rests there. Jamie Elliott, I mean, steel side bottom, over the top handball. Newcombe. Have they paid that high? Oh, my good Lord. Cunningham is underrated. I think Rowbottom's underrated as well. Did they pay that high? Fucking hell. Yeah, Zach Merritt will get there. Cripps has got a chance because he keeps ghosting forward. Can't wait to do the All-Australian watch-along. He does. You can see him in Speedos, can't you? In the most heterosexual way that I can say that. Oh, is that a mark? What's a mark by Gunston? Gunston gets it on the line. Bangs it through. Hey, Fiona, both of them know where the goals are. 7 goals, 1. I'm hoping that Hawthorn have 6 consecutive behinds, though. Because, genuinely, this stream loves... Well, you know what? It's 6 behinds or 5 goals straight. Because this chat loves 69 when it's there. To be fair, though, Collingwood would have been by far the better side. This is one of them games where you would be aggrieved that how are we not absolutely Tandorka in this game? Like, this should be proper Sachin Tendulkar. Hey, it is young Italian hands. Bo McQuarrie. You know what? Bo McQuarrie onto the ball is so good to watch. D'Ambrosia flips it out. I'm good, Colin. How are you, mate? Oh, Maribor. You know, Cho doesn't get enough. I like Cho. If you put like a real premium key forward up there with Cho, that'd be good. Oh, side bottom does ever so well. 8 minutes 40 to go. 39-43. Look at that. Gunston getting stuck into the lads. You love to see it. Yeah, he's a real metronome. Did you see that weird AFL article about people who are metronomes of pressure? That was a banter article, that. There we are. Mr. Crisp gets them going forward. Tell you what, it's a good number, young Italian hands, tell you. You know you've matured when you don't smirk when you see the number. Meek versus Cameron. Cameron drills it high and forward. Myercheck. Amon just stood there like a boxing bag. Pendlebury flips it out wide to side bottom. It'll be sad when we can't say that again. Good handball to McQuarrie. Everything opening up. Oh, Houston thought he had all the time in the world. D'Ambrosio stiff there. Stiff there. There's not much D'Ambrosio you could do. Oh, that is an absolute perler from Dan Houston on the lead to Chris. Look at this kick here. Look at that. What a delight that is. That is a delight. You know what? I'm not too sure on just like one sleeve. I think you've got a full commit. Oh, Chris hits the post. I'm good, Ben. How are you, mate? You all right? I think you got to fully commit with the sleeve. Go to. Can't just one sleeve it. I went Collingwood, Angela. Full caveat here, mate. I did not think it was going to be as close as it is as well. We are. Lipinski drives it forward. Another dart inside 50. Myercheck has another shot at goal. Tell you what, that kid there has got a few scarves, hasn't he? 2 scarves. Sounds like a shit gangster, doesn't it? Frankie 2 scarves Kokoza. Called that because he has 2 scarves. Brody Myercheck from a tangle. That looks pretty good. Is good. 50-39. Would I rather Nick Blakey or Josh Weddle? I'd probably go Josh Weddle, in all honesty. Oh, can you imagine a one-sleeve jumper, Langy? I agree, Teresa. I'm a big fan of Checkers, though, mate. I genuinely think he doesn't get enough love. You know when you hear like people say, oh, Charlie, Harry, they get double teamed. Myercheck won a flag being triple teamed because there was no fucking forwards. Do you know what I mean? Because he was the only forward in their flag winning side. You know what? The spacing of Brody Myercheck's tattoos is elite as well. Good spacing. Quality young Italian hands. Good darts. His leading patterns are good, but to be fair, it's probably easy to lead for Collingwood because everyone can kick. Big out, that. Big out. Controversial, I don't like Jai Newcomb with cut hair. I think he needs to go back to that banter haircut. Ginnivan flicks it forward. Cho and Frampton ball it out. Oh, dancing. Dancing through was Wards. Oh, Connor McDonald. Thought he had more time. Excellent chase down. Good footy. Good Fußball. I think he was a rookie draft, actually. I'm with you, Luke. I think he was. From memory, he was late. I agree. Darcy Cameron flips it out. It's not 15. Pendlebury just does the over-the-top handball. Will Hoskin-Elliott, tell you what, second and third efforts is a delight. Josh Dacos, dangerous kick. It works out though. Brody flicks it inside. Lipinski. That is a glorious kick to Bobby Hill. And Bobby Hill, stiff not to be in that top 10 of Indigenous players. I'm still going to complain about it. It's quality, that shiny blue. You see, look, Bobby Hill's committed to the sleeves. He's committed to the sleeves. You've got to commit to them. Don't just pussyfoot around the sleeve. Drags it wide. I'm never going to let it go. On my deathbed. It'd be nice, wouldn't it, Lou? We'd have a fair few fucking goals, mate. We might be able to kick 8-3. See, Therese, you've got a full commit. You've got a full commit to a sleeve, man. And I think you need to go 2 sleeves. You can't 1 sleeve it, in my opinion. Hey, look at that kid. He's getting stuck into it. Good lad. Good tackle as well. What's everyone think of Trent Alexander-Arnold leaving? Hey, look, they've given him the 50 as well. Teresa, it's looking on. This is going to be his 4th, if you don't mind. It's taking a fair old time to get up there, isn't he, Jamie? Jesus, mate, you're not that old. Big goal. There it is. There's the 4th goal. Tell you what, don't sell stories, just quality on this channel. Well done. Oh, yeah, look, Jamie Elliott, goal king. Tell you what, good tackle as well on CJ. I love that kid. Look at that kid. He's getting into it. Good lad. Look at that chick behind him as well, just drinking the... Is that a Copperberg she's drinking? Quality value, that, Teresa. Verts, Frimpong and Kirkes. I tell you what, they could have a good team, Liverpool. I could see the Hawks maybe being one of the sides that drips out. That is a great kick to Lipinski. Absolute perler. Absolute peach that was. Look at this. Pendlebury just delays the give off and then side bottom steadies himself. And an absolute dart. Here's Lipinski. Goal. 63. We need one more goal. One more goal for the magical 69. Is Massimo overhead? I think Massimo gets a little bit of glaze because it's like Owi's going to West Coast. It's like Kennedy going to the Dogs. Whenever Collingwood, Essendon, Carlton sell, delist or trade someone, there's a little bit of glaze when they go okay. Do you know what I mean? Oh, Will Day's massive because their midfield, I feel like, is one pace, King Cruller. Don't know what you think. It might be easy, eh? You know what I reckon's doing Sam Mitchell's heads in? The fact that there's a KFC ad behind him. Matty Day, it's the most united thing ever, to be honest. Oh, definitely Ben. But I think there's a little bit of glaze when one of them teams sells a player. Hey, Damo, how are you, mate? Dan Houston flips it out to Quaynor. 2 minutes 39. How can we be as good as Collingwood? Well, we'd have to change our game plan for a start. Well, we've just been offering a bit of glaze. Ben, I was trying to dance around that. I'm gutted though for Villa though, Matty, because I think you deserve it. I genuinely like to watch Carlton players do kick to kick. Generally I'd like to watch them do kick to kick because I reckon it's fucking half the time chasing the ball. Genuinely would love to go down to the club and just do kick to kick with the players. I reckon it could be a disaster class. A disaster class. Do I think the Hawks are overrated? I don't think they're overrated. I think Will Day is a huge, huge point of difference for their midfield. I think you can monster them, and I think because they can't get quick ball from midfield to forward, I think that exposes their lack of a true tall. No offence to Chol, but I don't think Chol's the man that I'd want leading my forward line. Tell you what, some good pressure in this game. Definitely a point of difference with pace, profounds. It's all well and good going for these players, though, if you are a Carlton fan, but Carlton have targeted outside run in 2 drafts, and ironically, since 2023, we've got more fucking contested. I feel like Carlton are the most banter recruiting club in the world, because we had a whole draft in 2023 on outside run, and we don't even use it. I agree, Shane. Why do you think that is? What would you attribute that for him playing forward in the preseason and then just staying down back? Do you think that's part of it? Or is that too simplistic? Ball comes in, Barras, Meek absolutely shits himself. Schultz tries to sell the best dummy of all time. Oh, what a kick. Gunston is so strong. How good's Frimpong? Oh! Quainer from the heavens! Oh, look. $10 million for Trent. Oh, it's so they release his. It's so they've released his player rights so he can play in the World Cup. Because technically he's not out of contract till the end of July, so that's why they've paid. They've actually cancelled his contract so he can sign early. And that is the half. A very, very entertaining game we've got here at the G. 63-39. The Pies went to another level. Absolute quality. Quality half. Have you seen the transfer fee, though, Angela? It's meant to be 95 million. Which, mate, I'd sell. So it's good business. Good business. Good business. Right, we will go for, I'm going to make a cup of tea and go for a wee. I will be back at 9:05 p.m. How's that for you? How's that tickle your butt? Look at that. My eyesight is so bad. I am getting so old. Top 10 Indigenous players. Yeah, so it was 10 million. for Trent Alexander-Arnold so he can play in the World Cup, the Club World Cup, because otherwise he wouldn't be eligible. So a little nuance. Right, we'll be back at 9:05, chat. Guys and girls, how are we doing? Can you imagine? No, it was just some dude invited to church. You get wise. You get to church. Talking about Peter Dacos, what a goal. No doubt. No doubt, Nathan. So was Peter Dacos in his pub really, really good? Who would I want to play for Carlton within reason? Oh, God. So logical person. Logical siding. Would it be crazy to think? Would it be crazy to think that Errol Goulden would be gettable? Someone like Errol Goulden. Could we? Well, we'd have to trade out, wouldn't we? We'd have to. I mean, it's a shame Cody Walker's 2 years from now, because ideally everything Carlton need is Cody Walker, a point of difference in midfield. And him and Jagger would make that midfield look totally different. The problem is, I would say, like, you know what? Genuinely, let's just say Carlton get pick 8. Let's just say Carlton get pick 8 for TDK, right? Let's just say Carlton get pick 8 for TDK, right? Carlton would have to, in my opinion, just hit the draft hard. Hit the draft hard. So, like someone like Sam Grilge. Sam Grill would be perfect for the Blues. Because he's got great kick. Got a good kick. Really quick. Really quick. Even Ollie Greaves would be like an upgrade on what we've got. I'm with you. I'm with you, King Kriller. What would I get if Walsh went? I reckon Sam Walsh on the open market would be 2 firsts with a second coming back. I reckon. You'd want more than a flat. It depends what first it is. If it's a top 10, I think Carlton would just do it. But I think teams nowadays like to do it. But let's just say, if Carlton in this draft could get in Dyson Sharp, Sam Grilge, Ollie Greaves, 2 of them, right? I think what people think with the rucks, I think rucks are overrated if you've got a midfield to compensate. So, you know, like Riley O'Brien, you look like Fremantle with Sean Darcy. If you've got a dynamic 2-way running midfield, having that dynamic ruckman isn't essential, but because Carlton's midfield is about as fast as me running through molasses, you need a dynamic ruckman. I don't think you would do if you went out of your way. Is Walsh overrated? I don't think he's overrated. I think that Carlton playing him a little bit more on the outside, pinch hitting in the midfield. I think it's taken him a while to adapt, is my honest opinion. And I think the problem is that kind of position in today's AFL, you're kicking at like 80%. Or you're moving quickly. Carlton don't do the latter. So the kicking is really, really, really important. So I think when Carlton panic with Pitnet being your ruck, I don't think it's as important if you change your midfield to be dynamic. I agree, J-Dub. So I think because he's not dynamic, your midfield is dynamic. So you can kind of offset that, particularly when Darcy's tapping to Shai Bolton. Like, if you said to me, genuinely, if you said Carlton lose Walsh, right? Say Carlton lost Walsh and say Walsh and TDK leave. If you said that I got Jevon Philippou, Sam Grill, and Ollie Greaves in, I wouldn't mind, man. I genuinely wouldn't mind. I'd say, okay. Do you know what I mean? I'd say I'm okay. Yes, spot on, Damo. That's what I'm saying. Spot on, Kai. Yeah. So I'd say that would change Carlton's dynamic up massively if we could get 3 players in like that. I think you're seeing people look at this draft and it's got... You know why? The best way I could describe why people don't like this draft is because, 1, it's heavily compromised, and 2, the types of mids that are in it, every club but Carlton has invested in, right? So I think that is where Carlton can maybe catch teams a cropper, because there is so many dynamic talents in here that Carlton don't have, that we've got a lot of protection. I think people are understating a potential Carlton reset, because we've got some real big players who are slow and big that will protect young, dynamic footballers. I think Carlton are in a real exciting position should they look to attack this draft. I would attack this draft personally. There's a guy that I want you all to look out as well. Guy to look out for as well. Guy called Fred Rodriguez. Plays for South Fremantle. All right. Plays for South Fremantle. 2-footed. Very good kick with both feet. Shane, I've said it for years. I think there should be a supplementary period where the bids are done there and then. One team is allowed to bid on only one father-son NGA. I'm a big fan of Rasa. Needs to have a big year. I can see why he wasn't drafted. But I think people overstate it. But the genuine thing is when people get worried about like Carlton's position, they don't actually look at the draft and have a look at list management. What Carlton need is fixable. What Carlton need is fixable. They can fix it very, very quickly as well. They've just got to be shrewd in this next couple of months. And we're off. 3rd quarter. He's been really down. Pick 2 will be amazing. I think he'll go 15 to 20. I genuinely think because there's so many higher rated players, top 10 would be a top 10 potential, but I think you'll start to see teams won't double up on bids. It's rare that we see that now. Collingwood flick it in. Mayachek and Elliott. Big pressure. Great fend off by James Walpole. German Impey. Dylan Moore. Massimo. Great kick. It'd be a second, Kai. Oh, I've got hiccups. Oh, there we are. You know what I had for tea today, and I haven't had for years? Cheese Kranskis. Jamie Elliott gives it off. Ed Allen, selfless. Selfless football from the Pies. You know, my thing is, though, I think the best teams you see in the league have a large percentage of players drafted, and I think Carlton have strayed from that too far. So you see, you know when people say Carlton don't have an identity, half of its fucking team is imported in. So how are you going to have an identity? The Vice first. Jesus, a little bit of German there. Carl Amon clears it out. Ooh, they do sound nice, Ben. Oh, Sicily is being moved forward, takes the big grab. Sicily drills it in. And Jan Newcombe gets the free. For someone who's got such big calves, has there ever been someone who kicks it so short as Jan Newcombe? Because, like, just looking at him from an aesthetic point of view, you'd think he'd make this distance. You watch him nail it now. It's the post. I'm loving Teresa's Ed Allen love. I agree, Shane. Oh, Bobby! From the skies, there's 50 surely! Umpire, you are a cheat. Lockie Schultz. What's going on here? Jarman Impey's just not even playing football anymore. Oh, Jamie Elliott dances from... Oh! Much love, Kate. Thank you for stopping by. It's a disgrace. Kai, I haven't recovered, bruh. Paul Medhurst. Let's give Paul Medhurst a little bit of a gander, shall we? Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Yeah, we're riding the behind train now for the Pies. Need behinds for 69. I would say that's 100% success. First team to 69 wins. Quaynor goes out wide. Finds Lockie Schultz. Schultz. Good handball to Nick Dacos. Has time. Puts it out in front to Jamie Elliott. Elliott dances. Elliott goes. What a goal. Jamie Elliott. Pom's pre-game call. Elliott would be the leading goal kicker. Looking good at the minute. We're not going to have 69. They're going to run the risk of maybe losing for not being first. Is that a tattoo behind Jamie Elliott's ear? I feel like I'm very uneducated. Daryl Eastlake, who's he? Could be a chance. Television presenter. Oh. No longer with us. Look at that though. What a finish. 71-40. I'll check some highlights out, Shiny Blue, for you. Thank you for educating me there. I appreciate. Shane, what's the history between the Hawthorn Geelong hatred? Darcy Cameron straight out of the middle. The 12th man. Big mark there by members. The 12th man. Let me Google 12th man. Oh, so was it a cricket thing? Jeff Kennett. There we are. Tim Membry. Shot in front. He's gone sleeves as well. No, I tell you. Sleeves are good. Hey! Big miss that. Could have done a couple of them earlier so we could have got 69. The Kennett curse. What did he do? Oh! Is that unrealistic attempt though, could you argue? Ned Long drills it in. Elliott's bodycraft is insane. Oh, Teresa! Oh, love you, Teresa. And Brody Myercheck, he's going to have a shot in front. And he bangs it through. The Pies are absolutely in another transient plane. So when we look at forwards, I always hear Gary Ablett Senior, I hear Lockett. Like, who, in everyone's opinion, is the greatest key forward of all time? That's insane, Ben. So that's kind of a recentish rivalry of like the last 30 years. Dunstall, Lockett. Wayne Carey. Drilled in. Hudson McKenna. Would, like Jason Dunstall, he was quite small, wasn't he, for a key forward? Would you say that players like that, because we start to see them medium-sized players now, would they still be as compatible? Oh, Jamie Elliott, great mark. Would they be compatible in today's game? Young Italian hands. What a legend. That is a mark by Lipinski. And it's going to be a free. What would these players, because I always have this conversation, being 40 this year, there's certain players I saw grow up, as Lipinski nails it from in front, that probably wouldn't play in today's game, right? So like Steve Bruce, one of the best centre-backs I've ever seen, won't last 5 minutes in today's game. Would these players be transferable, in your opinion, today? Because from seeing highlights of Wayne Carey, I feel like he would be compatible today. But like when I watch highlights of Lockett, he looks like a very stay-at-home forward. Looks like a very stay-at-home forward. So I think you would have been able to defend against him in today's system. Yeah, when you watch like Lee Matthews, he looks like the modern-day combative player. Yeah, Luke, but would you think he'd just play the third? Like we see players like DeGoey, don't we, and stuff, who are a little bit more diminutive, but they find ways. Yeah, Luke, yeah, I agree. Teresa, stay off it because of that post. Stay off it for that top 10 post. That top 10 Indigenous players. It's done me. It's done me, Teresa. I won't sleep tonight because of it. Oh, what a fucking handball. CJ here out the back of a stoppage, drills it inside 50. Oh, Quaynor spills an easy one. Dangerous handball. Oh, Nick Watson dancing. See, underarm throw. Polly Farmer and Jeff Farmer. Polly Farmer would be entertaining because I think he would ruck today. Hey, Matt, I think you might be able to get to bed, mate, in Seattle. Fair play for you getting up. What time's it over there, Chief? Yeah, but King Kriller, like, we've seen success of players like Jack and stuff. He was quite muscular, wasn't he? Decent handball on Polly Farmer. 425 iron, mate. Full respect. Mad respect. Getting up that early for United. Mad respect. Here we are then. Harry Morrison. Riders of the Storm. Behind. Riders of the Storm. Oh, look, he's getting some Vicks rubbed onto him. It's like my kids at night time so they can breathe. Josh Dacos flips it out to the halfback pocket. What a weird attempt of a mark from Will Hoskin-Elliott. Do you feel like some players like Nick Watson get a lot of hype because they do the exciting things, where Jamie Elliott just does the things that you should do and he doesn't get the hype for it? It's a very thing in sport that I think if you do stupid shit, you probably get more praise than the guy that actually just does his job. The Ghost of Johnny Cash. Is that a movie? Is it Shiny Blue? Have you noticed Meek just pushes the ruckman in the back and never gets paid for it? I know who Johnny Cash is. Yeah, to Goggins, didn't he, Matt Smith? Handball specialist. Here is. Is that a trip? It is. Nick Watson's going to get. I agree with you. I agree with you, Luke. Is that a movie, though? The Ghost of Johnny Cash. Is it like a biopic? King Gorilla, that's because we've just been saying he's had a bad game. I feel like because Hawks are exciting, you know, like exciting, they do exciting things and they do them weird celebrations, they get a little bit more hype than like anyone else. Oh, nails it through, does Nick Watson, and he acts like he's just kicked the winner in the FA Cup final. Love to see it. 47-84. Really? Tell you what, Johnny Cash could sing. I threw in a ring of fire. He was really short for Ruckman, though, King Kriller. I did a video, a biography on him ages ago, one of like my first videos, because my pop educated me, my father-in-law, on players to watch. Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen Walk the Line, really good movie. I didn't know if it was a thing. 6'3", yeah. I mean, like, you'd be a midfielder now, wouldn't you, King Kriller? Cho goes into the ruck against Billy Frampton. Things you don't want to see. John Newcombe drills it forward, just bangs it on the boot. Party's ability to always play an extra behind the ball, but somehow be attacking is incredible. Dylan Moore hits that pocket up, and Jack Gunston takes the mark. Now I've got the song stuck in the head now. Thanks, Shiny Blue. You know what song was in my head the other day? Totally random. Lady in Red by Krista Burr. Tell you what, you're going to have to be a musical person to know that. Here we are, Jack Gunston. Absolutely nails it. Hawthorn staging a comeback. It's weird because, you know what, like at 40 years old, when I chat to some of the younger Man United boys, some of the young guys that I remember playing footy when I was a kid, they just wouldn't play football nowadays. Like Gary Pallister and Steve Bruce were the centre-backs when I grew up. They would have been absolutely bobbins in today's game. 80,000 goals. It's a lot of goals. Innit? Do you know what I mean? That's a fair amount of goals, to be fair, in football. I wonder how many behinds that equates to as well. Do you know what I mean? What do you think? Because that would be close to... That would be what? 8 sixes of 46. So what? 48. So what? 480,000? 480,000 in scores? In points? Steve Bruce, he was a bit of a blimp when he played, mate. I'm sure it's the same as the AFL, though. Like, when you go back to, like, the late 80s, early 90s, defenders just used to kick turds out of footballers. Yeah, spot on, young Italian hands. Here we are, Dan Houston running through traffic. Bobby Hill. Good soccer. And look at him taking off on his bike. Josh Dacos. Options are plenty. All under one roof. Toys R Us. Yeah, I was taller than my granddad, and he was like 6'1". He was like 6 foot, just 6 foot. Why have they got a Yeti mic in the background? $480,000 worth. 400, yeah, look at that. Good. That's insane. That we've got a positive goal behind ratio. Can we get a tally of how many of them are rushed, please, Shane? Can we have a rushed behind stat? Billy Frampton, and look at that. Pendles, as always. Easy kick here to Ed Allen. He takes it. Is there anything more iconic than the seagulls at the G? I'll check it out, Shiny Blue. Cheers for the recommendation. You know what? No offence to Jack Scrimshaw, but he looks like the least person you'd ever expect to play professional sport. Just blazed. You know what? The pressure from Pies has just made them go long. And it's just really put the game back on the Pies' terms. That extra switch they do, one extra behind the ball. As Sidebomb takes about 500 bounces. I will do, Shiny Blue. Good mark. By Scrimshaw as well. But doesn't Scrimshaw look like if he turned up as your extra in Sunday League, you'd be like, oh, he's shit, isn't he? He looks like everyone when you had like 10 men. He did, didn't he, ages ago? I love the fact you got seagulls. Ned Long spoils it. Side bottom comes in from nowhere. Ned Long, don't know how that's not paid high. Good tackle. It's going to be sad when Sidebottom and Pendles retire. Because you've got to remember, that hasn't really happened to me. I've only been watching the game, so I haven't really gone to people that like I've spent my entire time learning about retire. It happens in soccer and it makes me sad. Ooh. You know what? Bobby Hill manages to stay on his feet even when he's tackled so many times. Love is everything. Shiny Blue, I've added it to my favourites there. So I will check it out. And I'll check out 12th Man. Drilled in, up and goal square. And we have nothing. Hello. Yeah, Bobby Hill was like a going concern though, wasn't he? Don't you remember? Because he wanted to get back to Victoria, didn't he? Just after his testicular cancer, so they sold him cheap. It was like Stengel going to Shane's team. I wanted Stengel so badly. And there was a load of Carlton fans who cried about it. Because they were like, oh, he got done for drugs ages ago. And I was like, fuck, man. Like, Jesus. Everyone who was born post-1989 has probably had a baggie in their car at one point in time. Jack Martin, I'm intrigued that you're playing him at half-back flank. I'm surprised Carlton never thought of that. Shiny Blue, Tyson Stengel. Yeah, I remember he got testicular cancer and then he wanted to come back to Victoria, didn't he? And believe it or not, I also wanted Bobby Hill. I'm a sucker for a dynamic Indigenous small forward. And I got Jesse Motlop, bless me. That's going to be gutting, that's going to be cold. That's harsh. I didn't want Willie Rioli, no. But that's because Willie Rioli specified SA. If they specify Vic, I'm like, we never get linked to a small forward though, Shane. Like, the only small forward we've been linked to is Francis Evans. But I'd take Willie Rioli, bro. Ed Allen handballs it. Will Hoskin-Elliott absolutely bowses up the kick. How he hasn't been taken high is a miracle. And Scrimshaw comes out of the traffic. Fumble. Bo McQuarrie's on him. Good tackle. Yeah, but he was a midfielder, wasn't he, when we got him, Shane? Like back in the day, wasn't he? You know what, young Italian hands, I was telling Mrs. Pom about a drill my granddad, when he coached us at under-15s. He used to teach us for soccer, for awareness of where people were. And we used to have a bottle that started with the striker and the ball started with the goalkeeper. And everyone in the team had to touch the ball once and everyone had to hold the bottle once before you had a shot at goal. Oh, Jade Gresham. Tyson Gresham. Ball comes in. Weddle does well. Bo McQuarrie shags it. Membry set upon. We get to see the pants of Hardwick. Perryman. Ned Long. McCreary. Crunching tackle. Bobby Hill. Oh, Bobby. Embry takes it. I agree with you, Italian hands. You know what? If I was the Carlton coach for the next, I saw this drill. I think it was Richmond who did it, where they blew the whistle randomly, and then they had to say where players were. I genuinely think Carlton's game awareness of where players run to is absolutely shit, personified by Cripps ignoring Ollie Hollands running next to him. Remember, he bangs the goal in. Selfless football from Bobby Hill. I agree, Teresa. I reckon to bringing the drinks out to the player. This guy, who is this guy with a flag? He loves it. You want to look at Ison. Ison looks the better talent of the two. Quality. Has anyone heard rumours that TDK is out against Essendon? That came to me this morning. Yeah, spot on, Ben. I'm a huge believer of it. The bottle drill that my pop used to do, honestly, was absolutely amazing because you started to get a real appreciation of where everyone was and your awareness when you were moving, of how you work as a team. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's a big spillage. Perryman, the spoil is there. Nick Dacos, how he's ran through three players, amazing. Look at the on-running. Perryman drills it up to half forward. Great header by Lockie Schultz. Oh, Bobs! Hey! Oh, hey, Nathan. I like a man. I can get around a man. I can get around a man who shares a beer. They do hunt in packs. Look at that as well. The awareness. This has been a really high quality game. Ben, it was always a... Hey, Scrimshaw's been subbed. What did we say? Why do the security guards look so fucking miserable? They're getting paid for the best seats in the house. I'd be part way through a wank if I had that job. Behind. I don't think they've been allowed to, though, King Kriller. Honestly, though, young Italian hands, they look fucking miserable. How good would that gig be? You're getting paid to watch one of the greatest games on God's green earth in the best possible position to watch the game. I couldn't even think of anything better. Like, I'd do it for free. Lockie Schultz, good intent, long, smart. Sullivan, Jamie Elliott, Josh Dacos. Tell you what, good football. I reckon, don't you think it'd be a good dive? I wasn't planning to, Shiny Blue. What time is it? Love is an amazing thing. I thought they'd all gone on their jollies. To be fair, can you suspend Lloyd Meek? It's a good job, Henry. 9:30. 9:30. I fell into numb when I fire. Here we are, the Mayo check dog. Bangs it through or behind. Key timings. Look at that. "20 seconds to go." What's this here? Fans attending open training will exit the venue and re-enter when registration opens. Oh, that's the Charlie's crew. And there is the quarter. I thought they were all on holiday. Fair play to them coming back. I thought they all went down to... Yeah, you can't really blame Lloyd Meek because he's about... Like, honestly, when you're about 9'8", like he is, or 200 kgs, it takes you a while. He hasn't, Matt. He hasn't. It looks so weird seeing Danny Rioli play for Gold Coast. They look really out of sorts. I fell into... What have we got? What have we got for the next couple of weeks? I mean, the next couple of games? Shane, you know what? I said it at the start of the show. I would have thought Barras and Battle would have instantly made them better, but I'm intrigued. I'm a big one with PODs, points of difference. I don't think Hawthorn's midfield has any points of difference when Will Day's out. Nathan Buckley, I agree, young. Look, you've only got to look at like people like CR7 and stuff like that. Like, if you're obsessed, you'll get better. But I don't think it's them, Shane. I do think obviously you can't play 3 interceptors. I'm a firm believer of that, and I think Sicily, Battle, and Barras are the wrong things. But I do think their midfield, they just can't get it away from there, can they? They look really stagnant. Oh, I would say to North, you'd have to go for an untried coach next. Because if Clarkson can't get the best out of this list, you can't go old school. What are we selling here? Ninja. Oh, that slushy maker looks... It would be 100%, Luke. Better flavour. Everything's better with butter, mate. Shane, you know when we did the... Shane, do you remember when we did the first when we did the halfway mid-season draft. I was joking with Dylan. How funny would it be if they took 2 mids? Damo, you know, I was huge on North Melbourne signing Sam Frost. I think that's what they need. That ninja slushy thing does look sick. Yeah, I think Shiny Blue's on about Bucky, you know, the YouTuber. My Blue Heaven, not Nathan Buckley. Matt, I'm with you. I think it'll be interesting what Carlton do. It would have been funny, though, if North had picked up midfielders, wouldn't it? How funny would it have been if they had picked up 2 fucking midfielders? It would have been brilliant. It would have been brilliant banter. I like the way that no one's fighting Lloyd Meek there. You know what Clarkson reminds me of? A bit of like Jose Mourinho, right? When we were looking for a way to beat Tiki Taka, Jose Mourinho was the closest we had. Then the tactics have got so in depth. I don't think Clarkson has got it in him to adapt to the next wave. So I think he's great in his time. I don't think he has the ability to flip to the modern day game. And it's why I'm also dubious on Horse and Simpson. Because I think you look at the great coaches now, Fagan and McRae, they're not really game day coaches in the sense of tactical geniuses. They're game day coaches in the way that they motivate their players. And that they get the best out of them. And that they're so adaptive and fluid in their... They're not rigid in their system anymore. They're fluid. And you look at the great soccer coaches, they're the same. They're very fluid in how they do. Like you look at Hansi Flick and players like that. They're so fluid in what they do. Dimmer, spot on. They're so fluid in what they do. They have a philosophy, but they don't have a rigid one. Oh, shit. I forgot to press go. Ball comes inside, forward 50, unspoiled. Spot on, Damo. So I think that you've got to look at it that way. So I think maybe he's just too, like, when I watch North play, like, I think their 4th quarter not being able to win is down to having to win in a certain way, not just go out there and win. Feel like that they're not cutting the shackles free when they play. Good evening. How good is Emery? So, really set up for a good 4th quarter. Membry taps it down straight into trouble, set upon. Membry goes again. Meek handballs it over the top. Ed Allen. I'll tell you what, their ability to handball in close is amazing. Bo McQuarrie keeps his width, drills it in. And a mark there by Blake Hardwick. I'm with you, Luke. I'm with you. I think when you look, though, like, you look at what they did, they really prioritised changing it. Here we are, Gunston flips it in. Frampton does ever so well. Be interesting if they sack Clarkson, though, because that would be like Take some big cojones, wouldn't it? Because you've really admitted that's fucked up. Be fascinating if they could admit that. Like, I'd say that's braver than appointing Clarkson and sacking him. Like, that would actually impress me. Wedo! Look at this. You know what? This is why what I'm a big fan of with modern day teams is you look at how kick heavy Carlton are, which allows you to play more defensive and slow. All the other teams want that handball in the corridor, and that is a massive difference between us and everyone else. Oh my God, umps. That is stiff, that 50. He's gone very well as old Frammy. Oh, Frampton. Harry Morrison looks like the posters of any... I'm telling you, look, Harry Morrison, his facial complexion was everywhere in Germany circa 1933, 1945. Behind. I agree, Matt. I think the issue with Simo is it's a real kick-heavy game style, and I think you look now, sides are really looking to attack by hand, not by foot. And you can see that issue with the Eagles list. A lot of them aren't used to run and stun. They're used to being very static. Like, you look at the Eagles in 2018, they used to flood behind the ball because of their expert kicking. And you look at the top teams now, they don't do that. So I'm with you, bro. And fair play to the Eagles. They're trying to bring it in. And I think Eagles will be fine in 2-3 years' time. But it's going to take a while to offset. Because it's such a changing game style. Oh, Sicily can't buy a touch. Tell you what, umpires are really doing free kick Hawthorn. What? How is that holding the ball? He's literally set upon as he grabbed it. Dresden. Doo-doo. Quality wall references, chat. Well played. And Ed Allen, calm as you like. Good headband as well on the young lad. 16 minutes to go, 93-54. This has been a Collingwood execution thus far. Well, I think it would help if they just fucking put him in one position, Shane. You know what? Call me crazy. I've always looked at Josh Battle when I used to look at him at St Kilda. I genuinely think you could get away with playing him at high halfback, you know, like a Nick Blakey. Like, is that crazy? But good user of the football, loves an intercept grab, likes to take off. I actually think Oscar Allen leaving the Eagles would be good. Bobby Hill dances through, dishes a dime. Look at Schultz's run there. Came off his man early. Well played. Good football. I think Oscar Allen leaving would be your best in disguise. 1 and 2, Cooper Duff Tyler. Best available after that. I think you could totally change the dynamic. Who's the second best team behind Collingwood? You know what? Call me crazy. But I'm still hot on Geelong. Jamie Elliott out of nowhere. Handballs it off. Bobby! Thank you very much. The Hillman. Oh, in real life, Brisbane, I think will be up there. I think Geelong and Pies, in my opinion, are the best two players. Are the best two teams. A Gant man. What the fuck's a Gant man? Hi, Jill. Gant man. I'm a Gant man. Ski da 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 ba do. Ba 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 boo. I don't understand the reference. I think the Dogs will be up there as well. I think the Dogs are beatable, though. I love hearing all about... I know when I had coffee with Cooter, Shiny Blue, he talked to length at how Elliot had such an impact on the families of the players as well. Good mark there by Das. A Lily Phillips man. Not my cup of tea, Joe, that, I tell you. It's never good that, you know, when you kick and then you touch your hammy. You know that's bad. It's weird this new... I've noticed this over the last 3 weeks with Hawks. Ginny in the midfield. I don't quite get it as the midfield link-up. We love a little bit of Schultz. I hope Schultz is fine. I agree, but I feel like Nick Watson being solo small doesn't work, wouldn't you? Yeah, I agree, Shane. I think they're missing a little bit of magic in the forearm, but I think they're also missing a key. Like Chol, like we said it earlier, great second tall, but you need something there. It's going to be interesting what they do because, like, their pick situation, they've got Carltons and their own. And they need a key and a point of difference in the midfield. Like Oscar Allen and Zach Butters changes the dimensions of this team massively. Ed Allen. How are you, Jill, anyway? You okay? But I mean, like, you look at it, they'll get what? Allen for just salary. They get Zach Butters in, and they'll probably be able to bring in a draftee as well. Oh, Bobby Hill done so well on Jarman. How's it going, Jill? How is the study? Dan Houston just flips it up there to Tim Membry. Like Tim Membry's look of one big sock, one baby sock. Hey, a bit of faux, Jill. Can't beat that. Hey, Matt, if they gave us, what, first, so that would be what? Potentially pick, what? Our pick 7, 8, and pick what? Maybe 12. They'd probably want a future second back, I'd say, to square that up. Great kick there into memory. See how patient Pies were there, backwards to go forwards. I appreciate your support, though, Jill, as always. How far are we off completing the course? Right peg sits it up on top of the goal square, and the Wed Dog takes the mark. Do you feel like, Hawthorn fans, if you're in chat, would you float Weddle in and around the ball a bit? I feel like they're missing a trick there. Maribor there takes the mark right on halfway, right wing. 10 minutes to go. They've been absolutely peppered so far. You know what? Dylan Moore's been quiet as well, hasn't he? That can't be 15. Dancing in trouble, Carl Amon. And Perryman takes the mark. MCG's got to be one of the more aesthetically pleasing, hasn't it? That you see in the league. By the way, your shirt looks like a shirt from Gant. That's the reference. Yeah, what's Gant? If I didn't support Carlton, even my number 2, probably Adelaide. They've grown on me, the way they play football. I like their colours. Schultz looks fuming. Gant. It's a, I see. A Swedish men's fashion. I think this one's a Kmart job, actually, Joe. They'll switch there across. It's been very impressive performance by the Pies, has to be said. They have been incredibly professional all the way through this game and rarely look troubled. They are definitely one of the sides to beat this year. If they weren't already, they have really put that marker down today, just of how easy it's been. Questions going to start to be asked about the Hawks, though, surely. I agree, Hayden. Seems to have caught up with them. Bo McQuarrie chases. Oh, it's going to be high, isn't it? That 8th spot, Hayden, I don't know what you think. It's going to be incredibly intriguing to watch because I feel like no one actually wants to finish 8th. Which is bizarre. I agree, Shiny Blue. Look very accomplished. Been a good battle, though, hasn't it, Matt, though, between Impy and Bobby. It's been a good little skirmish. Shane, Demons, they've just found that little bit of late surge, haven't they? Great intercept mark by Darcy Cameron. Pies fans, if Darcy Cameron leaves, what would your plan be? Because you got Begg, haven't you? If I could ask Voss one question. I would ask him, is he not concerned by the fact that Carlton generate the third most inside 50s in the competition, having the worst conversion inside 50? What part of that does he attribute to game plan versus how quickly the players move the ball? What change would he make? Because I genuinely think that's attributed to how defensive we play. Shiny Blue, I try and word that as nicely as possible. You know what? Call me crazy, Nathan, but you know Peter Ladhams? Oh, Maya check! An absolute stonker! What a goal! Jill, or he'd say, we'll get after it. I'm sick of hearing that. Sick of fucking hearing that. Sick of hearing get after it. Yeah, Jamie Elliott's just had a fucking quiet one, hasn't he, Teresa? He's had a quiet one since kicking that goal. I need to talk you up again, because when I was talking Bobby Elliott kicked goal, you know what, Jamie Elliott might be the best small forward of a generation. Best small forward of a generation. It's got a lot of Egyptian-themed tattoos, hasn't he, Broads? Great camera angle, that right behind the fucking floodlight. Shane, yeah, probably, but I'm trying to big him up so Jamie Elliott kicks a goal. Pendos! Into Membry! Bar McQuarrie! Get to see his pants! You love to see it! Lockie Sullivan! Jamie Elliott's just coasting, isn't he? Much love, Matt. Thanks. As I wander, lonely as a cloud that floats upon high above hill and vale, pretty sure I just saw a Carlton fan in the crowd, Carlton hat. Langy, are you there? Pretty sure forward pocket, just behind the kick now, there is a Carlton members hat in there. You know how I feel about that. 5 minutes siren. Here we are. 5-minute warning. Ginnivan just flips it out. Scrappy football. Cheers for hanging as well, Matt Spencer. Hope you have a wonderful day. Wasn't Tess going to the... Surely not, Langy. Surely he wouldn't. Bobby Hill to Quaynor. Maybe Ben. We have a rule you're not allowed to go in opposition clothes. It's one of my bugbears. Surely not. Surely Terry wouldn't do that to the brand, eh? Drilled into the pocket. And CJ does the bodywork. 4 minutes 23. Horrible kick. Made to look good by Dylan Moore. You know what feels weird is that the Hawks don't really slingshot, do they? Which you can see how much Will Day means. They don't really have that dynamic two-way run, do they, anymore? Like, gets to the midfield and then it just kind of goes, meh. Lockie Sullivan puts it under. Bollywood Hawks. Who was that song? Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. That was a good song, that. What was that, like, Bollywood dance song? Do you remember it? It was like in the 90s. It was a classic. And don't say brimful of Asher. Not that. It was the Renault advert. Ah, Sullivan to Ned Long. Dishes it off again to Josh Dacos. It's just champagne football now from the Pies. Oh, Langy. You can't, can you? Langy, it's just a disgrace, mate, isn't it, really? People just need a bit of respect. I love Teresa when she watches games. She Goes from being angry to just overconfident. Can't beat it. Team Mello, my boy. Banger Nights. Do you remember that? Absolute belting tune, that. Get that around you. I think the injuries are really... That Will Day injury has really curtailed them, and it just looks like now they just don't slingshot. I'm surprised they haven't tried Weddle and stuff. I would be a little bit concerned, though, because I feel like they're a deeper side. But the Pies 2025 is amazing. Let's be honest. So dynamic. Massimo! Yeah, I don't get it, Hayden. I don't get why you would dress up as another side that's not playing. I genuinely don't get it. I agree, Teresa, but like their depth is meant to be better. It seems to have totally flattened their game plan. Like, people forget the Pies won the flag in 2023 with one key forward. I just think, Matt, I think they just haven't replaced it. Their entire midfield was built around having that one person to extract. And I think now no one's surprised about their small forwards. So I think you're starting to see having one key forward. Like, that was one of my concerns in the pre-season with them. That you're not going to be surprised how they play, are you? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not surprised by how they play football. We know what the Hawks do. Well, I think last year everyone was surprised. It's like Adelaide this year. Adelaide next week will be really interesting. Next year will be really interesting because I don't think people will be surprised by that 3-12 system. Yeah, but Collingwood have just monstered it. They've forced Hawthorn to go long, and that's not what Hawthorn want. I don't think they've got it, Ben. Like, Ben, I think last year was an overachieve, and now the element of surprise has gone. You know you know that midfield doesn't run deep, don't you? So Collingwood have just monstered it. James Sicily. I have not seen a fall off like James Sicily before. Might as well play him in the ruck, Shane. Going to be fascinating what Hawks do, because this is I reckon this will be downplayed, right? Because the media absolutely masturbate to Hawthorn, but this is an absolute hammering. And the siren will go as Dylan Moore has a shot at goal. The Pies have been almost perfect, it has to be said. And Hawthorn have got a lot of work to do. It's 56-107 to the Hawks. The Hawks, I mean, to the Pies, the Hawks been absolutely battered pillar to post. The Pies will lock in that top spot for the time being. But tell you what, Hawks have got a lot of questions to ask. Well, chat, we'll be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we will be live for the for the Crows versus Sydney, which will be an intriguing game. So I'm looking forward to that. But thank you very much, chat. Thanks for all the donations. Much love to you all. You're all superstars in my book.